see. Done. Redirecting. And go. Looks like it is ready to go. Guys, welcome. I jumped off of Facebook Live, so if you just saw something pop up that went, Facebook wasn't loading up, but it looks like Yahoo, not Yahoo, YouTube is. Google's going to sue me for that one, but it looks like YouTube is. And I was just on a mastermind call with Lifter LMS, and that's the provider that gives me some software that I use to build learning systems for other clients and things like that. And I left the mastermind early. One, I'm getting ready to host my own mastermind today on leadership. It'll be session 2. Second is I was struck at how many people were on the mastermind call. I was blown away that there was twice as many people, it seemed like, on the mastermind call than, say, last week on the mastermind call. And again, this is with someone else's call. And I was listening to the things that people were doing, and I was listening to the custom applications that people are working on and how they want to communicate with their groups, their people. And I became so inspired to reach out immediately and just do this with you guys. Here's the deal. I've been shouting from the rooftops all I can online about your company says it's going to go online. What next? Who are you going to contact? Who's going to do this for you? Like, companies go, oh, we're just going to take it online. We're just going to run these groups of people remotely. And they don't have, like, virtual communication systems in place. They don't have testing results, conditional logic in place to go with training programs. And that's the stuff that I do, right? So I'm like, okay, this is great. This is an opportunity for me. I can branch out and do some of this stuff. And I'll be honest, the phone's not really ringing off the hook. But what's occurred to me is, what's going to happen when, and I know the questions come up with other people, but I really was blown away during this mastermind call, this overwhelming feeling of what's going to happen when these places say it's time to come back to work. Like, they've sent you home with a company laptop. You're signing in, on the VPN. If you've got a VPN service, you're signing in and you're sharing some folders back and forth or something on a shared drive. I mean, I'm just trying to picture how this is working for you. And chances are you're being pretty productive. If anything, you're probably being super productive because you're paranoid that they're going to say, if you don't produce enough work, your pay or laid off or whatever could happen, right? So chances are you're producing really, really well. And then they're going to say, come back. Like, great news, the office is open. And you're going to say to yourself, who cares if the office is open? Why in the world? Now, I'm thinking about Southern California because I'm selfish. When I was let go by Suzuki in January, and then I had the Jake Ballantyne Speaker Summit in Pasadena a few weeks later, the first time that I left my house and got in rush hour traffic again, after having done it for 3.5 years going to Suzuki, the first time I got back into traffic, I was like, oh my goodness, I did this every day. What in the world was I thinking? Right now, if I want to go somewhere, I can hop in the car and I can go somewhere. And normally you can't do that here in Southern California. Everything's in a gridlock situation. Think of the carbon footprint that is leaving, right? Think about all these offices and all this commercial property that people are renting or buying and heating and putting, communication systems into, and power and electricity and air conditioning and all this stuff that wouldn't have to be paid for if people just stayed home. I mean, if you're working on a computer and you're like pushing numbers on a spreadsheet, there's no reason you can't use Google Docs collaboration tools and work on that with coworkers and have a Zoom meeting and come to grips with what the overall task is for the group dynamic. There's just no reason you can't do that. And I have a feeling that this experiment with the coronavirus is going to cause this in a certain way. I'm wondering, and my question to you, and I'd love it if you put comments in the comment section or anywhere else that I post this video, if you would comment or let me know what's your intention personally. The company says, go home and work for a few weeks. All of a sudden, a few weeks turns into a month, or it turns into 45 days, and you get really comfortable with working from home. And then they say, oh, bummer, the office is open. Great news, you get to come back to work. Are you going to go back to work? Are you going to look for a different position? Are you going to campaign with your management to try and work from home, telecommute 3 days a week? I'm really interested to know what people are thinking at this standpoint. And here's something else I want to bring up. I have friends in Italy that have shared with me pictures and video of the transformation that's happened in just 8 or 9 days, since they've put themselves under lockdown and there's not vehicles driving around and there's no boats in the canals and stuff like that. Um, the water in Milan and in Venice is crystal clear. You can see straight down to the bottom of the canal with absolute detail, crystal clear water, full of fish, just full of fish. And here we are, being told about, pollution and everything we're doing to our waterways. And it's going to take years to turn around what we've created and all these things. And, after a week, it's like poof, the air quality is great. There's fish in the water, dolphin are coming up into town, like that's some crazy stuff. And it's just another one of those things. It's like, do we really need to like shut down everything because we've destroyed the planet? Or is the planet a whole lot more resilient than we thought it was? I think this coronavirus is an experiment on multiple levels, and I'm finding all of it to be pretty fascinating, sometimes annoying, but pretty fascinating. And that's my big reach out for today. I'm going to be on at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time doing chapter 2 of this book. And, Leadership is a fantastic book by John C. Maxwell. We are in a leadership vacuum right now. And so I'm trying to share everything I know about leadership with as many people as listen to it. They say, well, he says, good leaders see things first and they see more things, right? They see more than others do and they see before others do. And I think it's super important that if you've got just an inkling of leadership inside of you, that we help develop that, grow that, and push that to a new level. That's all I got for you guys today. There's plenty more. I could go on, but realistically, that's what I felt so compelled to share. Like I said, I was on that call with Lifter LMS and I saw all these people having brilliant conversations about all these custom things they want to do to communicate with their people. And I thought, this is it. This is the revolution. It's happening right before my eyes. And, I'm part of a select number of people that are really adept at dealing with this stuff. And it's fun to watch the lights come on and to watch people's facial expressions change when options and possibility fill the void that's left by, fear and anxiety, right? So that's that. I hope that you guys have a blessed and wonderful day, and I will talk to you some other time. Bye-bye.